Singer and media personality Kelly Clarkson recently shared a family tragedy with fans. Since then, it's come to light that her ex-husband and former manager, Brandon Blackstock, has passed away at the age of 48. With this news, fans are wondering what this means now for Clarkson, with many asking questions about her namesake talk show. A source has recently come out about the series' fate. Kelly Clarkson previously postponed a few upcoming shows prior to the news of her ex's death coming to light. Brandon Blackstock was married to American Idol alum and talk show host Kelly Clarkson from 2013 to 2022, sharing 2 children together. In addition, Blackstock served as a manager for Clarkson and country singer Blake Shelton. This past Thursday, news had come out that Blackstock had passed away at the age of 48. Reportedly, he had been battling skin cancer prior to his passing. Prior to the confirmation of Blackstock's death, Clarkson herself took to Instagram to share that she was facing a family tragedy concerning her children's father. At the time, she shared that she would have to postpone a few of her Las Vegas residency shows. There had been speculation over the fate of Clarkson's talk show over the past few months. At the time, Clarkson wrote, "Unfortunately, I need to postpone the remainder of the August studio session dates in Las Vegas. While I normally keep my personal life private, this past year, my children's father has been ill. And at this moment, I need to be fully present for them." Clarkson then concluded her post by thanking fans for being understanding. As she wrote, "I am sincerely sorry to everyone who bought tickets to the shows, and I so appreciate your grace, kindness, and understanding." Brandon Blackstock, Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband and talent manager, dies at 48. So sad. pic.twitter.com/vb2ojrhgrm. With this recent news, fans have also been wondering about the singer's namesake talk show. As previously reported, the series had already been the subject of cancellation rumors over the past few months. Fans had previously grown concerned over Clarkson's future on the show when she took a leave of absence around February and March. At the time, various celebrity guests filled in for her, including Simu Liu and Brooke Shields. This past Friday, however, an inside source spoke with TMZ, saying that fans can expect more of the series to come. A 7th season is set for the show, with new episodes expected to drop this September. An inside source also discussed the situation with Page 6, discussing the impact of Blackstock's passing on his ex. They shared, "It's been exhausting and so sad. Kelly has been working so hard, as well as looking after Brandon. Despite their difficult divorce, he's still the man she loved and still her kids' father." Have you been following this story? Are you keeping up with the Kelly Clarkson show? Make sure you come back to TV Shows Ace for all the latest reality TV and celebrity news. They called it the morning the world got smaller. The sun was still a thin slice above the horizon when the first alert lit up the producer's phone at the show's production office. A terse headline, a flurry of speculative posts, a grief-struck friend quoting a private text. Within half an hour, the newsroom-style monitors that lined the back wall of the green room were playing the same looping cheerin', a life folded into a few shocking syllables. As always with moments like these, the rest of the day rearranged itself around the shape of one name. On stage, the studio's lights hummed to life at their usual hour. The makeup chairs filled. The band tested a riff. The audience arranged themselves into the neat, excited rows that had become ritual, early bird fans eager to be part of a live moment that might later be looped and remixed into millions of streams. The teleprompter blinked its comforting white sentences. This was the place that made things conversational again. Grief shortened into sound bites for morning drive time and headline cycles, laughter spooned in to soften the edges. But grief does not like to be cornered into tidy segments, and grief arrived that day, refusing to be commodified. Backstage, the host read the initial messages as if they were a script she could not improvise from. Her face, in the dim light before she stepped into view, resembled the sky, a long, pale collection of colors you can't quite name. The production manager hovered with a tablet in hand, the daily rundown visible like a liturgy. The executive producer, who had been running the show for years, walked in with the kind of quiet that meant he had already begun triage, which guests to keep, what to pull from the internet, whether to issue a statement. There was a meeting in the wardrobe trailer that lasted 3 minutes, and those 3 minutes were long enough to change everything. "We cannot pretend like it isn't happening," the executive producer said. "People will be searching. People will be calling. We have to be honest about what we know and what we don't know." "Honest," the legal counsel said, "and careful. No speculation. No intrusions." "Grief is not a segment," the talent coordinator said. "If she does the show today, it has to be on her terms." "What does she want?" asked the executive producer. And like that, the question landed in the middle of the room and began to echo. The rest of the morning slid into a narrowing corridor of decision: to go live as scheduled, to pre-record a special, to cancel, to pivot. The network brass were already on conference calls, marketing sent a memo, social media teams drafted two-tone statements. But for all that machinery, nothing in the factory of a daily show could tell you what a person should do with a grief that had landed on the doorstep of an already public life. She walked out on stage at the appointed time, because the set demanded it and because for her, the stage had always been the place where truth felt closest to saying hello. The applause was warm and immediate, a soft net. Cameras made small, respectful circles. Her smile at the lectern was curiously steady. She turned to the audience and, the way people do with big, private storms, she borrowed their faces to scaffold her own. "Good morning," she said. The phrase carried weather in it. The show does what it always did in the first 10 minutes. A few laughs, a bit of banter, a playful jab at the band. And then, because human beings expect narrative tidiness, the host told the truth in the way the world now required. Plain, slow, true. She said a name. She said she was processing. She said nothing more than that there had been a death in the periphery of her life and that she had asked for privacy. The lights seemed to listen.